Hello and welcome back to another video on this 1 month game dev challenge. In this video we'll do just some UI stuff, for example this little symbol which is intending that the zone is shrinking as you see here in the game world, and also you see the timer is now running, that you have now 1 minute and 30 seconds to get a better place. So let's dive right into it. So we first want to duplicate this canvas and just name it, I think world info or zone. I think let's call it game info, because we maybe want to also make some things visible like player count or something like that. But we do that later. We first want to have some kind of how you say world zone and world information or zone information about that. This is not the way you should do it, because it is better to keep it organized within a hierarchy and not just painting this whole rectangle manually. But for this little project I think it's okay. I hope it will scale properly. For that we maybe also want to have the correct reference solution right here, so it will scale properly with the whole game. So I just call this zone information, and there we want two things. First I want to have a horizontal layout group, and on the left side I want to have a UI image, which is the ring. I have it here, I think. Yeah, there it is, but I need to change the texture type to sprite. There it is. And then just make it, I don't know, native size 64. Let's go with 32, half of it. I think this is okay. And then the next step is to add some text to it. And I think I just have, zone time. And this is the zone symbol. So, but the zone symbol should be zone symbol parent there, because we want to animate the zone symbol, so it is better to create a zone symbol first. We can make this stretched, or just make it centered, and I think this is okay like it is. And then the text can be also centered. There we go. But we also want to make sure that the child size is also automatically adjusted. So we also want to change the format of that to see if it's looking good, and also have the counter in the correct font size, or font in general. So let's do it again. We just want to have this at the left side. I'm just thinking about, I think we do not need this at all. I just I just place this manually, and I think we're totally fine with that. But we maybe want to have this with a background image with half of the transparency, and I think this is pretty cool. Then we can just have it underneath. There we go. Yeah, I think this is quite good this way. And then we just can say, okay, this is at the left. We want to have it with the correct width, 32 with 32, and then have a X padding with, let's say, 16 is okay. And the inner one could be also 16. Is this? Yeah, I think this is a good one. And the timer also can have a bit more or a bit less font size. I'm sorry. So I think this is the way. Just to check these. Yeah, I think this looks quite good. Okay, then we want to create a script for it, like always. I just call it game info. UI game info. And there we go. We just want to create some serialized fields for the image and for the Text Mesh Pro label. There we go. We just have the serialized field. It's a private image from the Unity engine, and then we want to have it as zone image. The next serialized field we want to have is the Text Mesh Pro UI. This is the label timer. And I think this is it already. Then we just have the private, I think it's public void set timer. Set timer label, or just set timer. And then we have the string right here. And yeah, I think that's it. Label timer text equals timer. Nice. Then also we want to have void set is zone shrinking, and then just the boolean, and then we also want to have a private bool which says is zone shrinking, and then we just can say this is zone shrinking equals is zone shrinking. If the zone is shrinking, we want to animate it, and I think we can do it right away. So we can say, okay, if the zone is shrinking, then we just want to have the ring animated. So we have the zone image dot do scale. It's the transform of it. Do scale to the end value of, I would say, just half of the size in 1 second. We want to loop it. Set loop. It's -1 with a yo-yo effect. So it's a yo-yo. And we want to set the ease type to. Do we want to set the ease type? Yeah, let's make it linear. No. We want to make it. Let me just think. I think out circ could be a good idea. Yeah, that's the plan. And else we do want to kill the animation on it. Zone image dot transform dot do kill, and we want to set the size. Zone image transform dot scale, or local scale it is, I think, is equals to vector 1. So let's just close everything but this window. And now we want to check the world zone script, where it is. World zone, there it is. And yeah, there we go. And I think this is the important part where we need to create an event and register this event right in here, like we did with the other UI stuff you see in the UI manager. We have something called the register event blah blah blah, and we want to just react on stuff that happens in the business logic right here. So what we do now, we just create a new script calling it public void register world zone, and then obviously the world zone is getting passed, and then we have this I don't know, yeah, this world zone, because the world zone is also right here, world zone, and then world zone, and we have this world zone equals world zone, and then we go for this world zone dot on, and then we can say on change is shrinking, or what did we call it? Let's see. Can sound shrink is on resting. Okay, on change is resting. On change is resting, and then we just have the add listener for that, and now we just say we want to have the UI game info, and this is the game info where we say, okay, game info dot update is resting. I think this is the correct way, as we also have it defined like in the other classes. So let's just void. No, we do not want to have the void update is resting, and then I think we have the is resting boolean here, and we want to add this to the world zone, like in the inventory controller, for example. We have here, I can show it to you real quick. We have defined some Unity events right here, and if this, for example, if item removed, we want to invoke an event. This is happening right here. For example, we just remove an inventory, and then we just invoke a new event, and that's it, like we do it also right here. So for that, we just need to, I just copied it, a new event, which is like just in boolean, and it should say on change is resting, and we want to, we can easily create a new event out of it right here. There we go. And then we just want to invoke it right here. It's on resting here, and this is the is on resting value, and the same one is for that. But I think this is not the production way we do it. We make a property out of it, like in a real production ready game, and call it the same one but with a big I, and then create a get function and a set function. And the set function is the important part, because if the set function is getting called, so if the variable is getting changed, then it gets invoked automatically. So we do not have to care about that in our code itself. So this is the right way to do it. To just have it here called once, and this is pretty interesting. So let's see if there's another part where it comes in. Nope, it's just in here. Nice. So with every is resting change, we invoke a new event. And every time this is getting updated. So then we can see if the zone is resting, and then we can use this code up here and change it logically to be correct. So this is not that good, but I think we can just remove this and also have this got removed. So if the zone is resting, what do we do now? Then this should happen and the local scale should be 1, and if not, then this should be animated. So that's the case that we want to just invert the logic to say, okay, if it's not resting, then please animate it. And I think this is pretty awesome. So let's just test it if this is working right away. If this is working, we can go a bit further to the text format right here. So let's do not forget this time to add the zone symbol right here. And yeah, let's take a look if this is working. But at first I want to adjust this real quick because the resting time should be just I think 2 or 5 seconds to see if it is working, so that we do not have to wait like 90 seconds for it to work. Okay, this Unity self error. I think this is sometimes. Okay. What's that? Unity self value cannot be null. Let's test it right away. Again. What's happening here? Strange. So let's see. It should be 5 seconds until it changes. So did it work correctly? I don't know if this was working or not, to be honest. So we just can look in our world zone. Where is the zone? There it is. And go into the debug mode to see what's going on inside. So we have the temp zone resting, and this is 4T, and the current world step is the zone 1. That's this one. So let's see what this tells us. And it says 90 seconds. So we might have a look on the UI in like 20 seconds. While the zone is waiting and shrinking, I want to make sure that you already get to know that this is just a little project in between. I do not want to cancel my game Azaryia because I read some comments about this. This is just a project for in between, and I think you should know that the game Azaryia is getting also developed after this little challenge, this little battle royale challenge. So I think that's the stuff I wanted to say. This is not working, so I just debug right in here. I just have a debug log with the is resting right here, And I also want to make the is resting right away, and then let's just paste this up front there. So it should be invoked after like 5 seconds, I think. No. Oh, God. It's my fault. I totally forgot. Oh, that's bad. To register this world zone. Oh my God. Okay. Then on the start function, I want to register this. Yeah, that was my mistake. I'm sorry. So let's give it another try to make it work. The next action value does not fall within the expected range. I do not know what you mean with the expected range. Okay, I think I was missing out that I didn't assign the game info, as I do like forget every time. So let's do it again. We have to go to the UI manager. There it is. And then drag and drop this right here. Yeah, I forget this every single time to drag and drop the classes or game objects into the variable. So let's see if this is working. There you go. It is working. You see it right away here. And because the shrinking was that fast, it stopped. And you see it is the normal size of it. So that's pretty nice. Yeah, and it's working. So now it's time for us to create the formatting of the timer. So now we just can, yeah, update the timer. And we do the same one for that. So we just add a new listener here, and we call this on change timer. And we just say update timer. And I think this is a pretty good one. And I think that I can pass over a float and have it all calculated within the UI function. So let's call it just update timer, and this is just a float with the timer stuff, and this calculation thing will be done later, or formatting stuff, I think. But first we want to add the world zone to this change timer. So we want to do this in the update value, update function, I'm sorry. And we want to pass in the temp zone resting timer. And I think we want to calculate this on how much the shrinking speed goes down to the radius. So there's a lot of mathematics right here, I think. So I think this will be the most entering thing. So let's just copy this one, and we do the same stuff like below. We have a getter and we have a setter. So return temp zone resting timer, and that's it. And then for the setter, we just have the temp zone resting timer value, but we also want to invoke the change timer and pass in the current value of this, so the temp zone resting timer. Nice. So let's see where this is ready. Yeah, and there it is. Okay. Then I think this is it for the temp zone resting timer, but we also, as I just said, want to calculate how much or how long it will take from the current local scale to shrink down to the radius. And I think I'll just cut the video here and do the mathematics stuff on my own. So let's see now if this is working as intended. You will find the GitHub or the code on GitHub, and then you can, I think, get it. You see 5 seconds we have there, and 3, 2, 1, 0. Nice. And now the zone is shrinking again. Pretty nice. So that's it for this video. If you liked the video, then please hit the like button. If you do not want to miss any updates on this 1 month game dev challenge or on my main game Azaryia, then please hit the subscribe button, and we will see us in the next video. Bye bye.